Bonjour, bonsoir, dear friends. I'm with the famous Joe Alioto. Woohoo! So famous that I wanted to surprise him with the right sound. Welcome, Joe.
Oh, are you kidding me? Thank you for
Police
having me.
Commissioner, State Commissioner of California. We are so fortunate, and the founder of one of the most amazing organizations. And we are in the wine country in one of our Raymond cabana because he helped save it. Fires. So tell us about why you created NFRF.
Well, we are in the incredible Napa Valley with Mr. Napa Valley himself, and we thought this was the perfect location to honor those individuals who willingly rush to fires to save our lives and property, and that's the California Firefighter. And
right.
So I started the National First Responders Fund back in 2017 to honor those people and to give them the tools to deal with some of the things they see on a daily basis. And so thank you for having us here and having this conversation about this great cause, and of course, over a glass of wine, nothing better.
Well, let's salute all the phenomenal firefighters of California and around the world.
Yes.
You know, I just returned from Paris, and I was telling you, I just watched the movie Notre Dame.
Yeah.
And how amazing the Parisian Police Department did it to save all of what was in the church with no death, and now they're rebuilding. So thanks to the firefighters, Notre Dame, the oldest Catholic church of France, was saved.
Incredible, incredible. They take every fire personally. That fire was obviously more personal, but every time you dial 911, it's a personal endeavor for them. They jump in their cars, they jump to save their lives. We took you on a fire truck one time. Do you remember that? We had
150 feet high.
Yes, and during the event, we'll have some fire trucks here too that people can play around in. But yes, just incredible individuals who risk their lives every day, and it's time for us to give back.
For sure. Now, tell us a little bit about the event, because we're going to be here at Raymond on August 6th.
Yes.
It's going to be in the evening. It's a fantastic dinner.
Yes.
We're going to have a limited amount of seats. You know so many people that 200 seats is very small for you.
It's very small. Well, Napa Valley itself is a draw, but we have also a great cause. Your wines are also a draw.
Thank you.
You are a draw.
Well,
everything you do,
I have a red jacket. I'm half of a fireman now.
Everything you do is done right. We're going to get you a hat for that night, a fire hat. And it's just going to be an incredible night. I think it's between 6 and 10 p.m. You can get tickets at NFRF.org. That's the National First Responders Fund.org, NFRF. And those tickets are going to sell out quickly. So go get your ticket. We have an amazing show that night. The incredible Shalia is going to be playing. She's played on some of the most world-renowned stages, is a product of Quincy Jones.
Yeah.
And some other amazing talent that night. And just a great night in Napa Valley for a great cause with some firefighters here and some fire trucks and some great music and some good food. I mean, what could go wrong?
Well, and hopefully no one will have to use those fire trucks that night.
There'll be plenty on standby, but no, we'll have firefighters here, so it'll probably be the safest place to be in the valley that night for sure.
And if you want to climb a ladder, I've done many steps. It's a lot of fun. And you could see the world in a very different way.
Yes.
Now, explain us, fundamentally, as we taste this beautiful French wine,
please.
We had to have you with a JCB 21. I was trying to surprise him with that cork popping out. Did you see? He didn't even blink an eye. He's used to it.
I'm numb to surprise at this stage of my life. No, but fantastic. We can sip now? I didn't want to be rude.
We must. So, you were police commissioner.
I was first a police officer.
Then
a district attorney investigator, then a police commissioner, and then a state police commissioner for 7 years. And then I was a fire commissioner.
Yeah.
And I'm currently a state international relations commissioner. Some of my most important work, though, however, has been done in my private practice as a civil rights attorney.
Yeah.
And as you know, I'm also running for district attorney in San Francisco.
We're very excited. I'm going to toast to your victory.
Yes, of course.
November 7, November 8.
November, yes. And yes, and that'll be the first day that San Francisco turns back to its best version.
And we're hopeful it will.
Well, we don't have an option. It's got to happen eventually. We just haven't reached the tipping point, or maybe we have, and I guess we'll know on that date.
And your grandfather
Yes.
knows San Francisco very well.
Mayor of San Francisco in the 60s and 70s, one of our greatest mayors for sure. They don't make them like that anymore, that's for sure.
Well, we're excited to see you making this town under the glory that it's always been and how it's recognized around the world. I mean,
Incredible
I
town.
do the trip back and forth between France and here, and the planes are always full. People are so energized to come to Northern California. So it's exciting to see you wanting to do it.
Geographically, one of the most beautiful cities in the world, no question about it. We just need a little bit of right leadership to get it right back to where we all deserve it to be. So
now, tell us more about fires and firefighters, and as you outline, why it's so important. And I want, as you think of this, I want to serve you our latest wine, the American Vintage.
Ooh, I need to finish this.
Because we are in America, we are in Napa Valley, we love America. And we've been living a lot of fires here in Napa Valley.
Every year, they're about to start again up here. And they've already started in certain places throughout the state of California. And you're reminded as you drive throughout the state of some of the years of past tragedies. If you've recently been up to Tahoe and now Yosemite, some of the fires that are happening around the state. And it always comes to happen. We've come to expect it, that we'll have tragedies in Los Angeles and Southern California, and then these hills eventually at some point will light up, and of course we do our best to try to mitigate that, but over the years we've come to expect that the fire season will come here.
Yeah, don't you think though, as we think of Napa Valley, that the population, the wineries, the grape growers have done now, it seems, a much better job to manage all the surroundings. So I feel, at least coming back today, that it may happen less than it did before. I think there's a true awareness.
There's definitely a true awareness. There've also been a lot of private agencies gone in and done some mitigation work. And I think, actually, it's probably a pretty good idea. Maybe we should go to the governor and plant more vineyards throughout these mountains as fire breaks. I like that idea.
We know he likes vineyards.
Yes, he does.
And he certainly likes wine.
He loves wine. It could be an idea that works.
So give us as well a little bit of an idea of what the life of a firefighter is, because we think it's always to fight fires, but it's not. The phone rings, and I was with you at the famous Napa station, one of the most gorgeous.
That was fun.
We had an incredible time, and congratulations to all of you firefighters of Napa Valley and Napa Town, because the phone keeps ringing on all kinds of issues.
That's right. That's right. And you never know what it is going to be. So you could be enjoying a meal at the fire station in one moment, and the very next moment facing a life-threatening situation for yourself. Or in worse circumstances, because they're trained for life-threatening situations, they could be facing like a SIDS case, which is a sudden infant death syndrome. They could be facing a drowning of a child or something like that, where these firefighters, and all persons, but these guys particularly, they take these incidents personally.
Yeah, for sure.
And so as an organization, the suicide rates are very high among firefighters. We call these post-traumatic stress injuries because they're injuries that happen to them.
Yeah.
It's not a disorder. These are injuries. They go to a call. They come face to face with a 14-year-old boy at 17 feet deep, right off of the beach of Crissy Field, which happened about 1.5 years ago. A boy who was just swimming by himself with his friends, actually, and he drowns. It took us 2.5 hours to find that boy in 15 feet of water. And finally, one of our firefighters came face to face with that boy. And as he pulled him out of the water, I went up to him and I let him know. I said, listen, we're here for you. We're going to give you the tools to deal with this, so that you don't take this home, so you don't turn to all of the vices that affect the families and divorces, that the drug use, all of these things that'll drive people even to homelessness. Believe it or not, one of the people that works in our organization is a former firefighter who went up to lead the peer support unit for the San Francisco Fire Department, found himself doing drugs, prescription drugs, and homeless at one point.
Yeah.
Because you're driven to this. Well, we want to give you the tools so that you can actually respond to calls. have those tools to be mentally capable to handle these things, and you got to get to them early, and unfortunately we're behind the curve. And so having these events and raising these monies allows us to put these classes on and to be able to treat and give these individuals these tools that they need throughout their lives, even after they retire, because
That's
when
right.
they retire, they hit a big fall, right? They go from being the most powerful person and the most important person in the room to somebody who is, you know, just another civilian again, and that's a hard fall for them. So
That's
we have
right.
retirement
So
courses.
after serving, what I was very impressed as well with the organization is some simple things you were doing, delivering coffee machines, mattresses,
Yeah.
and things that we believe they have in the station. And the budget sometimes are tight and things are difficult, and you really, boom,
Well,
right there to provide.
And you know, selfishly, that's good for our organization because, by way of example, we send out coffee machines. Now, coffee is a mental health issue for me, right? I have to have my coffee in the morning.
I thought you had to have one.
Well, you know, unfortunately, we can't have these in fire stations, but I do have to have wine as well. But, you know, coffee is important to me, so we put coffee machines in fire stations. So every morning when the police officers, they go to get their coffee, they see our symbol.
Yes.
And they understand that we're there for them. And that's important. And we've done that in fire stations throughout, fire and police stations throughout the Bay Area. We're actually now, after 5 years, we're in 246 departments around the country and in 36 states because of the work that we've done. We've trained people. Our scope is that widespread, and
Which
it's
is
incredible.
spectacular. We think
incredible.
sometimes it's only West, but it's 36 states.
We're around the country, and maybe one day even around the world. But it takes funding to do that, and we've done an incredible job of just increasing our reach and our scope, and it's been one of the most rewarding things I've done.
sure.
I've done a lot.
Well, and it's amazing that you dedicated not only your time, but your life to it, in addition to all the things you do, your private practice,
Yes.
all the commission you served on, and all the things you're about to announce soon, which we won't talk about it now, but it will come soon. So,
Yes.
as a true California that you are, multiple generation, what do you think of this lovely
is a fantastic
Cabernet?
wine. You know, I used to make wine.
Yes.
I had a small winery in Sonoma. I wasn't nearly as good as I could have been.
I
It's
think
certainly
you were
not
very
even close
good.
to where you are. But this is it's a Cabernet.
Yes.
Yes, and is it a Napa Valley Cabernet?
Well, we purposely went Paso to really represent, in this case, the American vintage, the power, the energy of the coast. And we bring this new wine to the world as the famous American Eagle.
It's very nice.
And the very cool American style that, as a foreigner, that's what I want to have. And that's what I want to have for a great picnic.
And where is
on
this
the beach.
available?
Everywhere, we hope.
Will it be available at the event on August 6th?
Absolutely.
I think so.
Yes, we'll have a lot of great wines at the event.
Absolutely.
So we need to invite everybody to come.
Yes, please.
And where do they, again, can get a ticket and bring their friends in this beautiful environment, get a cabana?
I mean, a cabana, we're poolside, we're going to have music, stage, food. I mean, why would you not want to be a part of this incredible
And some
event?
great music.
And we'll have some firefighters here too, for those people who love firefighters. We'll have fire trucks. It's just going to be an elegant, amazing event for a great cause. And I thank you from the bottom of my heart
our pleasure.
for being a part of this and being so generous. And it's just going to be great. So yes, go to nfrf.org and you'll see the link there, and you'll be able to buy a table or buy a cabana. Can you imagine being hanging out here with your friends that night and just
Absolutely.
watching this incredible event?
Well, I've booked a cabana myself. So.
You booked one?
But I'd rather be all around with
I
you,
think maybe,
the
you know,
energy of the house.
Maybe I can talk to somebody and book one myself. But tickets are available, so please go to the website, nfrf.org. It's going to be a fantastic event.
Oh, Joe, thank you for coming to Napa. Thank you for doing all what you do. In life, it's so important to do what you want to do, but what you want to do for others. And what you want to give to your country, what you want to provide to other people that are in need, and provide to the non-obvious. This is as well very cool.
Yes.
Because we think and take it for granted. Law enforcement, firefighters, and they need a lot more than we think. And they provide such an amazing respect. Why is democracy? The respect of others. How is it managed? Thanks to the firefighters and the great police that we have. So
it's a great cause. Thank you for supporting us. And it's about leaving the world in a better place than we found it when we got here. And for me, my service to these firefighters especially is, if I can help save somebody else's life by saving a firefighter's life, it all makes it worth it. Thank you.
Joe Alioto, dear friends. Cheers. See you
Cheers.
on the 6th.